Hello, good people. Hello, hello, hello. Hey there, everyone. Happy Wednesday. I know you're probably wondering what in the world is she up to now? And I'm always up to something. Happy Wednesday to you. Happy Wellness Wednesday, October 30th. Can you believe that it is October 30th already? I know I can. So just wanted to jump into your stream this evening and say happy Wednesday to you. And I want to share something with you because I'm getting so many emails from the newsletter, Healthy House Calls with Angels. So since I'm getting so many emails, I figure it's time to do a live on Siba stream. And so you're going to see me on each of my channels because I just want to make this easy for those of you who follow me on YouTube and those on Facebook and those on Instagram. Happy Wednesday to you. So I just want to share something really exciting. Thank you to each of you who emailed me about the newsletter today and the newsletter, I think last week too, where we actually made such a big announcement about something new here at Siba Health. You guys know I'm a listener. Like I listen to everything you say when you come in the office, every single thing. And I have, little mental notes that I jot for myself. And funny enough, I'm also a shower note taker. I actually have a notepad in my shower for when I am remembering all the things that come up in clinical practice. So anyhow, I just wanted to share with you that I have been listening to everything that you've been saying about these supplements. And you guys are so right. I can relate. It is so hard to keep up with all of these supplements. It is so hard. And for those of you who do the nutritional testing, when you come in the office and we do the nutritional testing and you find out you need alpha lipoic acid and you also need vitamin B and then you're deficient in D and you need a multivitamin and you need a probiotic. Like, I get it. Let me tell you what happened to me. Honest, right hand to God. Let me tell you what happened to me. I had all my supplements lined up. I had everything written out on a little note, on a little sheet of paper, a little tiny magnet on the side of my refrigerator. And I was like, okay, I take this in the morning, I take this in the evening, and then I take this in the afternoon, right? And because we're coming up on winter and I know that, it's flu season and all this kind of stuff, I was like, okay, got to make sure I'm taking my N-acetylcysteine, got to make sure I'm taking my vitamin D, my vitamin C, all the things for immune support and whatnot. So I had everything laid out. One thing ran out and then another thing ran out. So then now I'm waiting for those things to come in. And I'm just like, okay, wait a minute. And then I have everything, mapped out for what I'm taking. I'm like, did I take that or did I not take that? Right. So that was the one thing. The second thing was I had to reconfigure my supplement container because I realized that there were some that I didn't want to take in the morning. There was some I needed to take in the afternoon on an empty stomach, not many, but some. And then there was another batch that I take in the evening. And my supplement container was set up for morning and evening, right? I did not account for the afternoon. So I was talking to one of my coaching clients and she and I were talking and I was like, well, then why don't you just get a new container? And I'm like, okay, Angel, you're giving her the advice that you should be giving yourself. I wish I had my container. I'll show this to you guys in the newsletter. I'll take a picture of it and I'll put it in the newsletter. I'll show this to you. I now have a container that has everything lined up. So it's got my morning, my afternoon, my evening, and then there's a little PRN or as needed section in there. Anywho, it was so hard keeping up with what I needed to reorder, how much of this, how much of that, the seasonal changes, because what I take in the summer is not the same as what I take in the winter, especially when we're in the middle of flu season, COVID and all this other stuff. And I just am I'm a believer in year-round immune support, whether we're in the winter or not, whether we're in, flu season or not. Like I am such a big believer in immune health and immune support, right? So anyhow, it was such a problem keeping up with all of this stuff, especially when I make my seasonal changes. And I was talking to a patient about this as well, because she came in, and this is what I put in the newsletter this week, that Teresa, thank you so much for letting me share your story. When she came in, she was really low in her vitamin D, like really, really low. And I was like, I know that I gave you vitamin D last time you were here. And she's like, I think you did, but I'm not 100% sure. Anyway, we went back in her tracker, and she had run out of her vitamin D and all the things, right? So now we've got to do prescription vitamin D, because she was really, really low. Teresa, I hope you're listening and you went and got your vitamin D filled. But thank you for letting me share this. And so she's just like, Angel, I cannot keep up. And I was like, listen, we have got a brand new solution. You're not the only one. You are not the only one. So I am so pleased to announce to you all, and I said this in the newsletter for those of you who subscribe, we are now doing custom formulations. Custom formulations for everyone. This is huge for Siva Health, because we do all the testing and whatnot, your nutritional testing, your gut health testing. We do your hormone panels. We're doing your neurotransmitters. We've got a specific line of products for your neurotransmitters. I absolutely love this brand and this company. It is, patients are raving about this. They're absolutely loving it. We've got stuff for nervousness, for difficulty sleeping, for all the brain healthy stuff, that full line of product. But then now what we're able to do is fill in the gaps with all the other things that you need in a custom blend. Now, here's what's really important about customization, because a lot of companies will say, oh yeah, we do customization. Here's a couple of things I want you to know about supplements, because I know a lot of you ask, do supplements really work, and all this other thing. First of all, they only work if they are quality supplements, if they are targeted to your nutritional needs, and if you're taking them consistently. Those are the main things, right? You want to make sure they're targeted to your individual needs, that they're, quality tested, that there's no fillers, no binders, no all these other things in your supplement that you don't need, and that you're taking them consistently. What I absolutely love about our new brand partnership, and my first formulation, my very first formulation for myself, which was for this fall for sleep, because we're about to turn the clocks back this weekend. Here we go again with these crazy clocks. Sleep is really important to me. Like, sleep is my number one medicine. When you get a good night's rest, everything is possible. And you guys know I'm all about building a better brain at Siva Health. Everything we do is about rescuing your mind, mood, and metabolism. And all of that comes off of a healthy brain. So my very, very unique formulation for myself, because I'm always doing things for myself first so that I can speak about it. I only practice what I preach, and I only preach what I actually practice. My blend, let me tell you right here, I absolutely love this. What I put in my blend is magnesium L-threonate, which crosses the blood-brain barrier. So it's the magnesium I personally prefer when we're talking about mood and sleep and all these kinds of things. I put chamomile, L-theanine, lemon balm, passion flower, a little bit of sensoril, ashwagandha, and I also put a little bit of valerian root. Now, this is my own personal blend, customized for my patients and myself here at Siva Health. Flying off the shelves. Flying off the shelves. Cannot believe it. So happy. So happy. I had a group of patients opt in who said, yes, Angel, I definitely want to be in your original target group, so to speak. I'm willing to try it. And I tell you what, it is flying off the shelves. Comes in a really nice packet. What I love, biodegradable, so it's earth friendly and all of this. And the line is Pure Wellness Plant Powered. Everything in this is the really wonderful herbals that I absolutely love. working with. And the beauty of it is, the absolute beauty is that we're not talking about fixed milligrams of things. If I want to add a little bit more chamomile, I can. If I want to add a little bit more ashwagandha, I can. If I want to add a little bit more passion flower, I can. This is personalized medicine and healthcare at its finest, at its absolute finest, because you're not the same person as I am. I'm not the same person as you. I may need a little bit more valerian. You may need a little bit less. And that's the issue with a lot of things on the shelves, is that you're going to get what's already formulated. So let's just say you go to the store, you find something that you like, but you're sensitive to melatonin, or you're really sensitive to ashwagandha, or you're really sensitive to just one thing in that thing. You can't buy that thing because you're sensitive to that thing, but everything else looks good. The beauty of customized supplements, custom formulations, is that you can put all the things together that work for you without the things that don't. That's number one. Number two, I mean, if I were to separate all of these things, I would have like 6 bottles of things. Who's going to keep up with 6 bottles of this, a bottle of this, a bottle of that? This goes bad. You got to reorder this. Your regimen just gets so thrown off like that. And that's why when people say supplements don't work, a lot of times, I know this from 31 years of clinical practice. A lot of times it's because they're buying things that are not good. Number one. Number two, they're not customized to their unique needs. That's number two. And number three, they're not being consistent with it. You know, what you do every day is more important than what you do once in a while. And so the only way you're going to see if the difference with anything, whether it's exercise, food, nutrition, supplements, whatever, you've got to be consistent. The name of the game in healthcare with anything in healthcare is consistency. You've got to be consistent. You cannot be one of these, people who, one day you're on, one day you're off. You're not going to see any results like that. And that goes for anything. Even, financial people will tell you that too. You can't save $50 one week and then say, oh, well, I'm going to go, hang out all weekend, next weekend, and not save anything. Or I'm going to put, $500 in my retirement account for 3 months, and then next 3 months you don't do anything. You're not going to gain anything. There's not going to be any compounding there. So that's the same thing with healthcare. It's a compounding thing. What you do every day is more important than what you do once in a while. And so I am so happy. First of all, I am happy myself. Having tried and trialed the formulation, I absolutely love it. I'm so happy that those of you who are watching, my patients, that opted in and said, yes, I want to give it a whirl. Thank you so much for your feedback. And thank you for being honest about what you liked about it and, what may need tweaking and whatnot. I'm glad we finally got it pretty set on what the protocol will be. So this is the sleep protocol coming out, this weekend, because we're now going to start rolling these clocks back again. And nothing will level up your health like quality sleep. I'm telling you, if you want to build a better brain, nothing will help you build a better brain like sleeping, getting a good night's sleep. And anyone who has trouble sleeping, and I know that when you are not sleeping well, you're not doing well. That's just the bottom line. When you sleep better, you feel better, and then you do better. And so when people tell me a lot of times they're struggling losing weight, or they're having any kind of health problem, the very first thing I do in clinical practice is I correct sleep. Because a lot of things happen when you are sleeping. Your brain uses these things called glial cells to sweep out all the debris, to clean up what's going on in between those synapses, dead cells get swept away and flushed away. Apoptosis is really, really important. There's a lot of hormone regulation that goes on, leptin and ghrelin, your hunger and non-hunger hormones, those get corrected and balanced. Thyroid regulation, like there's so much that happens during sleep. So I want you guys to really, really, those of us who are here in the United States, if you are going to be switching your clock back this weekend or turning your clock back this weekend, like this is the weekend you want to do all the things to like get your sleep regimen in place. Like if it's a weighted blanket that you're getting, if it's your lights, your light therapy, getting that in place. If you're using aromatherapy to get a good night's rest, if it's, turning the AC on and cooling your room down by a degree or two, if it's using body oils, if it's taking a shower, if it's even adding supplements, or just saying, putting yourself, for me on Instagram, anyone who follows me, that I go night night on Instagram at a certain hour because I don't want the notifications popping up. So there's a lot of things that you can do to really, really get a good, what we call sleep hygiene set up for yourself. And it's all about building a better brain. I know you guys are, those of you who subscribe on the newsletter, I've been talking about build a better brain. I'm going to tell you, there is nothing more important than your brain. Seriously, it's on my website, sivahealthgroup.com, right there on the link. Click on that Build a Better Brain tab, and you will understand why I have been focusing so much on brain health and mental health. The other thing is we've got we've got our elections coming up in no time at all. No matter who you're voting for, we're not going to talk about that. What we are going to talk about is there's going to be a lot of agita. There is already a lot of agita, a lot of talking, a lot of change. There's just a lot of change going on right now. And there's a lot of anxiety. There's a lot of nervousness, tension. What's going to happen, this, that, and the other. And, at the end of the day, you got to rest. You got a family to feed. You got bills to pay. You got a job you got to get to. You got to have your brain on 10 and ready to go. So that's the other thing. I'm really, really focused a lot on brain health and mental health. Go to sivahealthgroup.com, click on Build a Better Brain, and you will absolutely understand why brain health is so important to me. Those of you who have elderly family members who I see or care for in the assisted livings, if this is something that you want for your mom or dad, if they are a patient of mine, please reach out to us at the office and let us know that this is, customized supplementation is something you're interested in, because a lot of our elderly patients, we really, really have to be concerned about side effects and interactions with other medications and increasing the risk of falls and stuff like that. So we like to stay away from certain classes of medications because it puts our patient population, our elderly patient population, at greater risk. And the ability to formulate specifically for each person and to pull back and say, hey, that's probably a little bit too much. Let's give half of that. Let's give a little bit more of that. And you guys know I am plant powered in everything I do. I am plant powered in every single thing I do. I really, truly believe in being as natural and as gentle to this body as we possibly can be to it, because this is all we have. You get one brain. You get one brain. That's it. And as far as I know, there are no brain transplants. So you got to be good to this brain of yours, be good to yourself. You got to get yourself some good night's rest. And you got to be doing everything you can to rescue your mind, your mood, and your metabolism, especially when you are, over that golden age of 40 and you're getting into your 50s and 60s, because those are some tender ages. That's when a whole lot of things start catching up with us. So making sleep and good restful sleep your number one priority, going into the fall and winter season, is a good plan of care. Okay. So I just wanted to share that with you. We have now got the Siva Health plant, pure wellness plant powered formulation. We've got our sleep formula and sleep protocol. And if you want to if you're here in Maryland and you want to do any like nutritional testing, or if you want to, find out what's going on and how you need to fine tune things for yourself, please don't hesitate to reach out to us. We're right here in Maryland. Website is there, www.sivahealthgroup.com. Click on the link on my health coaching page, because I believe that's where you can schedule a clarity call. So right there on the clarity call section, just click on that and just say, hi, Angel. I make sure you say hi. I saw something on your newsletter or on one of your lives, and I'm interested in talking about such and such. I'd love to get on a quick clarity call with you to make sure this is right for you. You know, there's no point scheduling appointments and all that kind of thing. We can have a quick conversation about what it is we do here at Siva Health and how we do it and why we do it. For us, it's all about helping you change your life, not just your symptoms, and helping you live longer and live better. Because as I always say, what's the point of living longer if you're not living better? All right. So I just wanted to make that quick announcement as we go into the clock setting back time and get further and further into some darker, earlier darkness. I got to get out of here. I'm in the classroom. Actually, I was setting things up for the classes because we've got a group signed up. In later November, we've got a group starting on food, mood, and mental health. So that's another thing. If you want to get in on those Build a Better Brain classes, as well as the food, mood, and mental health, that's, we've got a lot of good stuff. Understanding the connection between food and mood and mental health is something really good. So I was actually in the classroom. I was over in the library area, just pulling out some of the handouts, making sure all that stuff looks good. And so that's what I was doing. But I can see that it's starting to get dark. So I'm going to sign off. Really, really excited about Pure Wellness, plant-powered, customized formulations for our patients. Teresa, thank you so much. I'm always so happy to see you, and I'm so glad that we are getting you on that road to wellness. Keep letting me share your stories, because you are just the best, and I really appreciate you. You letting us help you live longer and live better. So to all of you, all of our patients at Siva Health, we love you so much. To our coaching clients, to our community, the Siva Circle, ladies in the Siva Circle, and ladies in the Design the Life You Deserve retreat circle. I just appreciate you all. I truly, truly do. Thank you so very much, because you are the reason that we do what we do. So be well, be good to yourself. Never, ever, ever, ever be afraid to be amazing. If you did not open your newsletter, now's the time to open your newsletter. If you're not subscribing, now is the time to subscribe. sivahealthgroup.com/start here. Make sure you click on the ebooks on the top of the tab, because we've got some fantastic resources for you under those ebooks. So grab all the goodies. Grab all the goodies that have been designed just for you to help you change your life, not just your symptoms. Okay? Get on that mailing list, and let's get you going and all fine-tuned and set up for all of these the days ahead with elections and holidays and clock changes and all that kind of stuff. All right. Be well, be good to yourself. Never, ever, ever, ever be afraid to be amazing. Oh, by the way, new podcast dropping tomorrow too. Be on the lookout for that. Healthy House Calls with Angel.com. New podcast dropping tomorrow. So if you're not signed up for that, get signed up for that too, because that's dropping. All right. Take good care. Bye-bye.